Good morning. Let's look around. And what a beautiful, beautiful space. Look at the trees, the sky. This is the heart of El Barrio. And so, yeah, that's some construction going on, but underneath it, you feel the pulse and the heartbeat of this community. And then look in front of you, dear families, estimados padres, queridos y cansados. Look at these amazing, amazing, amazing young people. It is my honor to introduce this class of 2021. We have a perfect speaker for this occasion, Dr. Diana Puñales. We have my wonderful colleagues to the side. We've got the best parents and families in the world. We've got our trustees who are live streaming in here. Class of 2021 before us. Again, welcome, welcome to this instante fecundo. Over half a century ago, Violeta Parra, Chilean songwriter, said these words. In English, it's returning to 17 years old, but these guys are 13 or 14, so the song is called Volver a los 17, but it could be 14 or one of our graduates, Tracy. She says this, Volver a los 17, después de vivir un siglo, es como descifrar signos sin sabio competente. Volver a ser de repente tan frágil como un segundo. Volver a sentir profundo como un niño frente a Dios. Eso es lo que siento yo en este instante fecundo. It's a maravilla. It is just a wonder. You know, I have the blessing of being somebody who's of many years, but they take me back to 17 and to 13 and 14. And I feel in this moment with our speaker, with our strong families, the fact that we have been open from the beginning when other schools, charter schools and public schools were shuttered. This is indeed un instante fecundo with the strongest group of students that we graduated from this school. Class of 2021, when you were children, you talked like children and you thought like children and reasoned like children. This graduation here, this ritual, a gathering of those dear to you, is to remind you to put childish ways behind you. You did just that, but many months ago in a darker springtime, you really led the way for all of us. To give a little history, there were many reasons not to open. No one would support our efforts financially because we were a school for people who are not wealthy. And right now in America, people are only looking out for themselves. The pandemic has cast such a pall that no teachers would risk being here. It was in fact just too dangerous given the persistent physical risk. It was too expensive to support the smaller class size called for. No parents would want to send their children in the midst of a pandemic. Well, I'll tell you, back in 1992 when we opened, these were all reasons, the same reasons not to open our school. At our founding, the pandemic was one of violence, brother against brother, and a congruent opioid despair, all brought to a boiling point by a hot and cold war of redlining and lynching that had been simmering for hundreds of years. And an urban body count right here out there in these streets, brightly waxed as the jungle body count waned in Southeast Asia. Given such metrics, many wiser than us intoned verities that I just mentioned, that we could not open as a school. When our supporters, some of that out there in virtual land, they loved, like we do, liberty and justice for all, and told us to forge ahead, to build a school so conceived and so dedicated. And with that same revolutionary and patriot spirit, we opened our doors to the children of essential workers and first responders, those of us who kept the city open and the lights on. So this is why we open, because immigrant lives matter. Black lives matter, Asian lives matter, Latino lives matter, essential workers' children's lives matter. Our teachers remain dedicated to the proposition that all children are created equal, so our dedicated professionals showed up. Public and charter schools shuttered, but unions made sure their members got paid. Schools for the wealthy opened, and we decided we would open too. There's always been a risk in revolutionary love. The only greater risk is cold indifference that perpetuates pandemics like this one, involuntary servitude, and climate change. Another reason we open is because we could open. Our founding commitment to class size for the poor resonates with the pandemic imperative of social distancing. And infection rates, even back in the hot days a year ago, they're pretty low in the city. Our larger system realizes now that smaller, at least for now, that smaller class size must be the cost of doing business, even for other people's lives, even for brown people's lives, even for Black people's children. The revolutionary belief that all are created equal drove us to build this place with airflow. Those, you all have seen this building. There's a lift to the ceilings, and there's beautiful ventilation. This is how the nation has to move forward. So in the end, you beautiful, brave, amazing families, you believed in yourselves. You believed in us. You believed in educational justice. So you sent us your dear ones. So we opened and we thought, all of us here, including myself, we thought that we're going to lead the way. Instead, it was you, class of 2021. You were patient and you were persistent. You were aware of the world and all you think, said, and did. And with that awareness, you brought honor and protected yourselves, your families, and so many others. You elegantly adapted to change and created and shared lives of deep meaning, dynamic virtue, and most importantly, transcendent joy. You guys, you, look at me. You guys, this is the last time we get to yell at them when they're actually going to care. They're gonna, you lit the way for me, truly. You lit up my life in a way I could not imagine at this age it was possible. You really showed the way for us. And I was talking with my amazing colleagues, and particularly Ms. Warren and Ms. Knowlton. You know, I said we got to open up, and what Ms. Knowlton and Ms. Warren do is like, okay, Ivan, this is how we're going to do it. They were a wonder and a marvel too. And then some of these people, Andre, in the virtual, see the camera behind you anyway, in the virtual world, a lot of people that you may never meet, our board of trustees and our supporters, they gave us the financial wherewithal to open up again. But it would not have happened without you guys. You were so strong. And we may have helped open your minds, but you did the work of lifting our hearts, the hearts of your families, I hope they tell you, and the hearts of all the grades below you. Opening minds, lifting hearts, that is our graduation speaker's life work. It is just that, opening minds and lifting hearts. She is a visiting warrior in our home of the warriors. I am so proud to tell you about the amazing Dr. Diana Puñales, who is a bilingual Latinx, Cuban-born licensed psychologist. And she's dynamic. I want to read the whole bona fides because I got mucho orgullo in this. I got a lot of pride because she is brilliant and she has a deep heart and she is ours. She's from our community. She knows the struggle. Her interests include immigration, Latinx psychology, domestic violence, childhood trauma and abuse, health psychology, and acculturative stress. I was just talking with Dr. Puñales, who she doesn't know it, but we're going to sit at her feet and learn from her for the many years ahead. We just got to meet her this, but she was telling me that rolling out of this pandemic already, we're seeing deep trauma on an individual, family, and obviously on a community and national level as well. And her job is to take care of us and take care of them. Dr. Puñales' extensive clinical experience in working with Latinx, bilingual, and monolingual clinical populations, providing individual, group, and family therapy, and the training of doctoral students. So not only does she heal people, but she trains those who will heal. So it is eternal what she's doing. There is no end to healing that she's doing. She trains doctoral students, faculty, clinical staff in the areas of diversity, equity, and inclusion. She's currently the director of the Psychological Center, which serves as a training clinic for the Clinical Psychology PhD program at the City College of New York. And we are blessed to be able to send many of our families to her wonderful students. She also serves on the Leadership Council, the doctoral program, and the Diversity and Social Justice Committee. She's also on the graduate faculty of Arts and Sciences at City University of New York. She is active in providing pro bono psychological evaluations for individuals seeking asylum here in our land, and coordinates the Asylum Justice Program at the City College of New York. So Dr. Puglialis, she thinks globally and acts locally and acts globally. She is a wonder. Formerly, she was assistant professor of clinical psychology and served as the clinical director of the adult outpatient psychiatric service at New York Presbyterian Hospital, Columbia University Medical Center. And then, because we're all about education, I'm going to brag about her education. She has a Bachelor of Arts from Barnard College, Columbia University, a Master's of Science from Sarah Lawrence University, and a PhD from Teachers College, Columbia University. Before becoming a psychologist, she was also a genetic counselor and worked with families and children with histories of at-risk, who are also at risk for genetic disorders. So in short, Dr. Puglialis has dedicated her professional life to watching over communities like ours, with patients who can benefit from psychological care in order to improve their lives and reach their goals. And I don't think this is in order of importance, but it says here, she is the mother of 2 daughters who are the love of her life, along with her wonderful husband. That gentleman there, applause for him. And Lucky, how is Lucky's good? Lucky is good. Anyway, last year, the graduates, they were captivated by something Maya Angelou said, and Dr. Puglialis was wonderful and reassuring me. Even now, as I one of her clients, she said, "Ivan, it's going to be okay. Even if you mess up your Spanish, that they'll understand your heart." And she has a wonderful way. So Maya Angelou said that people won't remember what we say or what we do, but they will remember how we made other people feel. And 8th grade, you made me feel all kinds of courage and love and things I did not know in my heart and mind existed. And Dr. Puglialis, you were the perfect person to honor them, and we honor you. Dr. Diana Puglialis.
So thank you, Ivan, for such an incredibly warm welcome. So, buenos días, estudiantes de la clase 2021, padres, facultad de administración. Good morning, class of 2021, parents, faculty, and administration. Es mi honor y placer de poder estar aquí con ustedes en esta gloriosa mañana celebrando todos los éxitos y experiencias de la clase 2021. It is my honor, my pleasure to be here with you today on this glorious morning to celebrate the accomplishments and experiences of this class. La jornada que estos estudiantes han tomado ha sido una llena de eventos muy extraordinarios, llenos de muchas alegrías, pero también con momentos muy fuertes. Cada uno de ustedes son únicos, con sus propias historias, habilidades y familias. Y aunque han habido esas diferencias, ustedes se han reído juntos, han llorado juntos y han tenido compasión juntos. Les pido que tomemos un momento para reconocer y recordar mucho de lo que ha transcurrido en este último año. La clase de 2021 fue la primera clase en la historia de Nueva York de terminar su 7º grado, el grado más importante en la primaria, durante el periodo más agudo y peligroso de la pandemia de nuestra ciudad. Ustedes tuvieron que completar sus aplicaciones para la escuela secundaria, el high school, totalmente remoto. Ustedes formaron amistades y conexiones fuertísimas, aunque no pudieron hacer su viaje de lideraje en el octavo
Let me
grado,
tell
como
Sean to
tradicionalmente
call
se
me
ha
if
hecho
the
en West
dumpster comes.
Virginia por causa del COVID-19. Lo más increíble de
Mr. Jimmy,
todo
call
es
me
que
if y'all
el
need me, because he remember he's
100%
blocking the
de
back, and I'm in the
ustedes
back. So I'm gonna go over there to
regresaron
140.
a su
So
escuela.
tell Sean to, he said when the dumpster comes.
Su año escolar
They
en
probably put the
persona.
dumpster on the street though.
No, he said they're gonna
Lograron
put it
todo
in
esto
there.
siendo líderes
That's what
para
Carmine said.
el resto de la
All right, so
escuela
call me. Sean got my
con
number.
humildad,
All right.
dignidad y alegría.
I got my radio.
The journey that
I
these
gave
students
Sean-
embarked
hold on.
upon has been one filled with extraordinary events, one filled with much joy,
Yeah, but if you
also with other moments that
if you go
have
with
been hard and
Kennedy's office,
difficult.
it's a radio in there too.
While
That's
each
what
of
see, I
you
could have had
has had your
the radio.
own unique
You have to mute
experiences,
your
All
mic,
right.
please.
histories,
Mute your mic.
abilities, and families, you have laughed together, you have cried together, and you have shown compassion together. I ask that we take a moment to reflect on what has transpired in the course of this past year. The class of 2021 finished out their 7th grade year, the most important year in their educational careers during New York City's most acute period of the entire pandemic. You tackled your high school placement application process entirely remotely. You created strong bonds with your classmates in and outside of your teams, despite missing out on your 8th grade leadership trip, which was a backpacking trip to West Virginia that was canceled because of COVID-19. Incredibly, all of you, 100% of the class returned to EHS in person prior to the year's end. You did this by leading the rest of the school through this unprecedented and challenging time with grace, dignity, and joy. And thank you, Ana. La graduación que estamos celebrando verdaderamente empezó hace más que 9 años, cuando los estudiantes entraron en el pre-kinder, algunos en la misma escuela y otros que vinieron a través de los años. Y esta graduación no solo significa el esfuerzo de ustedes, los estudiantes, pero los esfuerzos de una comunidad escolar que se dedicó a apoyar, sostener y amar a cada uno de ustedes para que sean la mejor versión posible de ustedes mismos desde que entraron por las puertas de esta escuela. This graduation that we celebrate today actually started more than 9 years ago when all of you began pre-K. Some in the same school and others have joined as the years have passed. As this graduation does not only signify all of your efforts as students, but it also reflects those of an entire educational community which dedicated itself to supporting, sustaining, and loving each and every one of you to be the best versions of yourself from the moment that you first entered the school. Ahora que se van a graduar, les pido que se hagan una promesa, que van a vivir de esta forma toda su vida. Por favor, siempre digan, yo importo, yo tengo valor, yo tengo fe en mí mismo, yo me amo. Si de verdad pudieran creer estas 4 cosas, van a lograr mucho, van a llegar a muy grandes alturas y van a poder recuperarse con gracia cuando en los momentos que no lleguen a lograr lo que pensaban que era posible. Van a querer y van a respetar a otros, van a crear un mundo mejor de lo que tenemos ahora. Un mundo repleto de justicia social, un mundo verde, un mundo amable en la cual la igualdad y la libertad no son lujos, pero derechos humanos. Y ahora, I ask that you make a promise to yourself to repeat as often and as needed throughout your life the following: I matter, I have worth, I believe in myself, I love myself. If you can truly believe in these 4 phrases, you will accomplish much. You will reach great heights and recover graciously the times when you do not. You will love, others, you will respect others. You will create a better world, one that is socially just, one that is green, one that is kind, and one where equality and freedom are not luxuries, but basic human rights. No hay duda que van a comenzar en unos meses una etapa muy significada en sus vidas, jóvenes. Recuérdense de respirar para adentro y respirar para afuera. Manténganse centrados y balanceados. Sean abiertos y sientan todas las emociones posibles. Y más que nada, ayuden a los que están a su alrededor a que sientan también. Perdón. There is no doubt that you are embarking on one of the most significant phases of your life. Remember, graduates, you breathe in and you breathe out. You are centered and you are balanced. Be open to allowing yourself to feel and to help others to do the same. Gracias por invitarme a compartir con ustedes hoy. Les deseo toda la felicidad a ustedes, a sus familias, a la facultad. Tengo muy grandes esperanzas para la clase del 2021. Les dejo con las palabras de una de las poetas más inolvidables de nuestro país, Maya Angelou, que Ivan me robó el show. Las personas van a olvidar lo que has dicho. Las personas van a olvidar lo que has hecho. Pero las personas nunca van a olvidar cómo las has hecho sentir. I thank you for inviting me to join you today. I wish all of you, your families, your faculty, much happiness. And I have the greatest of hopes for the class of 2021. You will change our world. And I leave you with the wise words of one of our country's greatest poets that Ivan sort of stole the show. People will forget what you said. They will forget what I said. They will forget what you did. But I promise you that they will never forget how you made them feel. Felicidades, congratulations, y pa'lante.
Dr. Diana Puñales. I didn't steal it from you. You said it so much better than I did. I mean, everything has worked out in a way that I could never have dreamed of. I mean, I didn't know about Dr. Puñales, and she appeared to the school in a dark time and gave an amazing virtual talk, and then graced us and blessed us with her words and how she made us feel. So Dr. Puñales, once again, thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing our another great speaker and poet and scholar from distinguished Leon family. It is my pleasure to introduce our 8th grade speaker, Catherine Leon.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Catherine Leon, and on behalf of the entire 8th grade, welcome and thank you for coming. It is such a thrill to be with you here in person to celebrate the class of 2021. I am one of 3 Leon sisters to attend the East Harlem School. Our family comes from Peru, but we have all found a second home on 103rd Street. My class has grown so much over the past 3, 4, or 5 years we've been at EHS. I remember our first days here, when we exchanged awkward, shy, and nervous looks. Who knew we'd all become amazing and close friends, even family in the end? The class of 2021 is not like any other graduating class. Each of us has expressed ourselves uniquely in our own special way. For example, Geraldine has a melodious voice that lingers around EHS every time she sings. Or Sit Lolly, whose artwork leaves such a strong impact on her audience. Or even Tracy, who meets and greets people every week for our amazing virtual speaker series. And Andre, who never lets anyone walk by without a wave and smile. We have all accomplished incredible things here at EHS. Of course, it has not always been an easy road, but the obstacles we face have made us stronger. The most obvious reason for us was COVID-19. I know some of us were jumping out of our seats when we found out school was closing. Everyone was probably thinking, yes, no homework. But what we didn't know was that the closing would soon turn into a few months, and eventually that EHS would be closed for the rest of the year. Our 7th grade experience was forever changed. Virtual learning was difficult. Camera issues here, audio issues there. Finding quiet space to work endless hours behind the screen are not ideal conditions for learning. I missed our beautiful building. I missed Chef Jonah's food. I missed my teachers and my friends. But EHS kept us a family even though we were apart. They did everything they could to keep our community safe and strong during this deadly global pandemic. By giving us bags of groceries and running virtual school during the summer. Those things were what kept our EHS community a family, helped us not lose hope. The pandemic confirmed what we already knew. And EHS holds us together and always will. And then school opened. It was wonderful to be back. We may have missed out on some things because of COVID, but we had a pretty amazing year anyway. It took us a while, but eventually every single one of us was back learning in person. Our family was back together and we were able to finish the school year strong. Now, looking back on our entire journey, I can speak for everyone when I say we knew that this school was not just any ordinary school. The most obvious reason is meditation. When I first arrived, meditation was very hard to do. If I'm being completely honest, I think it was one of my biggest challenges at this school. I think it was until one day in the 4th grade that I was stressing about a low quiz grade that I actually tried to let go during meditation. Everything had just come to me at that very moment. I sat tall and strong. I still do. Throughout our years at EHS, we have all been so lucky to take the advantage of the abundance of opportunities this school has to offer. If you work hard to the best of your ability, and most of all, be kind to others, the world will open doors for you. And the first place to do so will be EHS. Ivan and everyone here in this yard are holding the doors open for us to do amazing things for this world. EHS faculty and staff, we will hold our diplomas in your honor. I am going to miss all the wonderful memories we've made here so very much. Our mischievous looks, our laughs, and especially the joy that we all feel today. But this won't be a goodbye. It's just a see you later. Let's take a deep breath together, class of 2021. One of our last breaths as students of the East Harlem School. We have no idea where life will take us. There will be unfamiliar paths and forks in the road. But remember how much we've already overcome, even just as 13 and 14-year-olds. That's pretty incredible to me. Thank you.
That was pretty incredible to me. Catherine Leon. Now I have the honor of introducing our own beloved Anna Warren, who, along with Courtney, got this whole thing going. I hope you know, Anna and Courtney, I am in awe of both of you and forever indebted. And I just want the families to know, because they go about their work so quietly. Ms. Warren orchestrated program like the greatest conductor ever. And with those talented, but restive musicians behind her, she is a wonder. And so she's going to be introducing the award ceremony to our magnificent graduating class of 2021. Ms. Anna Warren.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We gave out a few awards during our award ceremony, but we have a few remaining for our wonderful class of 2021. And I'll be starting with the Academic Achievement Award. The Academic Achievement Award is given to students who have demonstrated high levels of academic performance across all of the subject areas. These students have maintained outstanding homework records, earned excellent scores on class assessments, participated actively during group work and in class discussions, and exhibited exemplary comportment both in and outside of the classroom. It is with pleasure that I announce the 8th grade Academic Achievement Award for the 2020-2021 school year. The recipient of this year's award is Catherine Leon.
Good morning.
The Sterling School's Athletic Achievement Award recognizes students who best reflect the school's value of physical dominance over human limitation and pursuit of a true mind-body connection. In order to win this award, students must demonstrate physical strength, endurance, and determination. In addition, students should welcome athletic competition as an opportunity to test their mettle against honor. Recipients of this year's award are Marlon Bravo and Ashley Martinez.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The mission of the school is strengthened by strong, compassionate, and eloquent voices of our best students and their efforts to serve the community within these school walls and beyond. Many of these values are reflected in the staff and volunteers of the school who tirelessly contribute time and resources toward making the school a better place. The recipient of this year's Community Service Award is Euritzi Flores. morning. The Mark Tompkins Award is given to students who have distinguished themselves for balancing seriousness of purpose with lightness of spirit in this academic year. This year, the recipients of the Mark Tompkins Award are Andre, Albert, and Zitlawi Ramon.
This is the last award before conferring the diplomas. This is the Warrior Award. This is the home of the warriors. Guerreros! Yeah. The Warrior Award is given every year to an 8th grader who has exhibited academic, athletic, and moral excellence throughout the academic year. This is the school's, perhaps humanity's, highest honor. This year, there are 2 recipients of this award, and they are Catherine Leon and Alexa Macias. Warriors! Time flies when you don't want people to leave, but they're going to. So, yeah, class of 2021, Book of Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 13. There's a bridged version. You were patient. You were so patient and you were kind. You accomplished so much, but you did not boast. And your classmates accomplished so much and you did not envy. You were polite. You were generous. And unlike me, you were not easily angered, nor did you hold grudges. You did not delight in evil. You rejoiced in the truth. You protected each other and us and your families. You trusted. You hoped. You persevered in, as Dr. Puñales described, the most challenging time for perhaps the human population of the planet in the last 100 years. You were transcendent. Prophecies will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Your love and your parents, your families, they love you. Teachers love you. Your friends love you. We all love you. But love yourselves, as Dr. Puñales reminds you. Love yourselves even more than that. Your love will never fail you. Thanks to you, the sum total of sadness in the world, and that sum has been staggering this year. Thanks to you, the sum total of sadness in the world is less than it would have been without you. So if I go on, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Your warrior love, which we will remember, has said it all. Now the diplomas.
All right, so the first row, stand up.
Just keep you a little longer, you'll still be under my power the longer I take. How wonderful this one has started out. They're all magnificent. Adriana Alatorre Pita. Seeing the band's fine. What a beautiful family, and maybe the best part of it right here. Andre Albert. There's the star of stage and screen, his mom. And the families are just, I just look at you and I look at your families like, oh, okay, I get it. Because you all are beautiful, brilliant, wonderful. It's like, okay, that's where they come from. It all makes sense. One of the lights of our institution. I can't go on about each one of them. Troy Zaire Allen. Vanessa Atanasio. Geraldine Barraza Herrera. Marlon Bravo. Brianna Rose Burgess. Jeremiah Camacho. Melissa Castro. Soshi Quetzali Cisneros. Lenin Jose Díaz Franco. Tracy Jacqueline Olmo. Tracy Jacqueline Olmo. Maria Duarte Lezama. Duarte Lezama. Jessica Fajardo. Fajardo. Louis Fellows. Fellows. Cristel Flores. Cristel Flores. Yuritsi Flores. Flores. Karim Guzman. Guzman. Miguel Hidalgo. Hidalgo. Sofía Hidalgo. Hidalgo. Sorry Code. Code. Catherine Leo. Leo. Alexa Macías Hernández. Macías Hernández. Leslie Martínez. Martínez. Alison Minchala, Minchala. Alan Molina, Molina. Anthony Munoz, Munoz. Rihanna In. Get a two-foot. All right. Citlali Ramon Evangelista. Ramon Evangelista. Alfredo Robles. Robles. Zaida Zizi Rojas. Zizi Rojas. Jocelyn Santa Maria. Santa Maria. Miriam Sumaoro. Sumaoro. Random Tapia. Random Tapia. Jimmy Tapia. Jimmy Tapia. Making me nervous, honey. Damas y caballeros, the moment we have been waiting for. Your class of 2021!
Go to your cap toss position that Miss Crowley has told you, Miss Duncan.